Alright guys, thank you for joining me again on the Angry Truth channel this time. Appreciate you guys following me over from the Angry Prepper for those of you that did. So, where are we going to start? Well, tonight's live stream, here it comes, means the boosters. The boosters are headed this way, here in New York City anyway. I know that there are companies that are already telling their employees to get this. So not only did a lot of people just find out recently that they had to, Old Mutt, man, thank you for joining us tonight. Not only did these employees tell their employees that they had to take this shot within the last couple of months, now they're turning around and saying you're going to have to get the extra arm ticket to keep your job. So people thought that this was going to be a one-off. And I know a lot of us have said this was not going to be a one-off. This was going to be a reoccurring issue. But people didn't want to believe us. People thought we were talking shit. People thought, what do you know? This is going to stop everything. It's going to get things back to normal. Not only did it not get anything back to normal, now they're saying you guys have to get the booster. Now what are people going to do? Well, you showed your ass in the beginning when you said, I'm not getting this, and then you rolled over and you got it. Well, now people were saying, well, I'm not getting the third one. Fuck that. I'm not doing this. Now they're going to hold your job over your head again. Now, you already fucking showed your ass. You already showed them your weakness. You do not have a leg to stand on now, other than if you actually stick to your word and leave. So New York City is already talking about mandating the booster for the city employees. So the city employees are absolutely going to have to take this third shot or arm ticket. They don't have a choice. Everybody screwed it up royally. And now they are paying the price. And they're going to have to play the long game. And the long game, the employers are going to play the long game. Because they'll just hold it over your head. They'll be like, well, then you're getting fired. Now, if enough people say enough's enough and walk out of their job, the employers might have to turn around and go, oh, shit, we can't do it without them. All right, forget it. We're not going to do that. We'll tell the government or whoever's telling us to mandate you guys to get the booster shot. We're not going to do this. But here we are, guys. We're now entertaining this booster, and you already told, for example, NYPD and FDNY that you had to get the shot. And then you put people on leave without pay. You had people retire. You had people resign and vest out. Then people sat there and said, well, they're not going to make us take the booster because there's no science behind it. Well, guess what, fucko? Now here it is. Now you're taking the booster shot. And again, Eric Adams, the new mayor of New York City, announced it last week that he was going to consider mandating it. So he's not even going to give guys a shot to fight against it. He's just going to mandate it. And he's probably going to mandate it effective immediately, so that there's no wiggle room for booster shots. So he's going to say effective immediately, but he's going to have to set some kind of program, which is going to be hard to do, to make sure that, let's say, the first batch of guys that got their shot back in February or March of last year, they should be due for their first, and then so on and so forth. But you got to put these guys in blocks, and I don't know how you're going to do. Well, no, let me walk that back. There is a way they can do it, because the headquarters of NYPD and FDNY have who has a shot and when they got it. So all they have to do is put it in a computer system and compute who is up for the booster shots and put those guys in a lot. That's probably how they're going to work it. That's the only way I can see them working that out. I can't see them working it out any other way. But again, the city workers don't have a leg to stand on. Sanitation, they rolled over like a bunch of bitches. They rolled over fast and hard. Teachers screaming and yelling about it. And then they get it, and now they're trying to weasel out of going to school, at least here in New York City. And then we had the firemen and cops who were beating their chest, ready to set shit on fire, and rolled over. And so now the city saw that, and they're going to be like, you're fucked, dudes. You got no leg to stand on. So we don't care what you guys do. We're going to fucking make it hurt. So the third arm shot is coming, and there's nothing these guys can do about it. Zero. There's no lawsuits. There's no stopping it. It's done. Right? So, unfortunately, guys, the rest of us, we're probably going to stay pure blood for a while, or until we die. Or until they come out with some new shit, or some new law, or some new way to fuck us over. Which they are working on it, because Biden lost that mandate. So, dusk, absolutely. Selling more salt. Selling more... It's snake oil. It's what it is. It's all snake oil. Right? So, this video is probably going to be demonetized, but whatever. I think I have enough demonetization room left before it starts affecting the income. So, the truth. Exactly. You're never fully vaccinated. You never will be, because they moved that. They changed the definition. They moved the goalpost. Right? They moved the goalpost. They're like, well, he's technically didn't get his third shot, so he's not fully vaccinated. So if you die of COVID, you die of COVID, but not fully vaccinated. They're like, what? You just told me a week ago I was. Well, not anymore, fuckface. We're changing the game. And this is what people are going to deal with for the next however long this goes on for? I don't understand, man. No. Walk it back. I understand, but it doesn't make any sense, man. So, guys, was going to talk about the Wolf Mule. Thank you for the donation, man. You do not have to, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to talk about the train robberies, the Amazon packages being fucking ripped off the trains, boxes ripped open and left on the tracks. I know a lot of you have seen those pictures, but we're going to talk about the Warriors co-owner of the Golden State Warriors owner, Chapman, some Indian name. I'm not even gonna play myself and pronounce it, but his name is Chapman, right? And his last name is Pachawi Chichipa Wakani. No such name. But anyway, he says that no one cares what's happening to the Uyghur Muslims in China. With that, he is getting an unbelievable backlash from making that comment. Now, here is the reason why he made that comment. Because he is fucking right. The only people who care about those Muslims over there are the people who know about it and the people who are going to go over there and make a difference. He didn't mean it in the way of no one cares, fuck them. He just meant nobody cares. If people cared about those Muslims over there in the concentration camps, work camps and all that shit, if people really cared about them, people who cared would be on a fucking plane over there protesting, protecting these people, fighting the Chinese government. But they're not. They're sitting here stateside safely on their Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram accounts complaining about this shit over there. That's what he meant by it. But nonetheless, this guy is getting destroyed. And listen, he seems like a billionaire prick, right? Chatmath is his first name. He seems like a billionaire prick. He's a venture capitalist, former Facebook and AOL executive. So he's definitely a billionaire prick. Or millionaire prick, sorry. Right? He's a technology guy. But he is right. That's the problem with the whole thing. If people are like, oh my God, how dare you say you don't care? Motherfucker, if you watched Milan, you took part in their fucking their demise and being thrown in the camps, right? If you support any Chinese products, you are taking part in their demise. So you can't sit here and look at this guy who made an honest comment because he's right. Nobody really cares. Now, a lot of us, we read it, we looked at it, we go, man, that is fucked up what's happening to them. But if we're not jumping on a plane to stop this shit, then do we really care? No, we don't. So, Alex Jones. Alex Jones, he might be right on some things, but not everything. He over embellishes too much and he yells too much. I'm waiting for him to have a heart attack. I really wouldn't be surprised if Alex fucking Jones died tomorrow. From high blood pressure, because the guy's always fucking screaming, vein popping out of his head. I was right. I told you this was gonna happen. We get it, dude. Be fucking humble and be like, I mentioned this, and then move on. The fact that he always fucking yells and screams about how right he was, he sounds like a fucking, like a lunatic. We get it. You were right, dude. Move the fuck on. Yes. Boycott Nike. Exactly. Guys, the whole, the whole co-owner of the Golden State Warriors, he was right. And now they said the NBA, when at NBA says we stand for justice, don't forget that there's those who sell their soul for money, and businesses like Chapman, the owner of what you call a Warrior, who says nobody cares about. Now here's the problem. The NBA does an absurd amount of business with China. They support what the Chinese are doing to these people if they're still doing business with China. That is the bottom line. You cannot be that fucking hypocritical to look at this guy Chapman and go, we're going to distance ourselves from him because he made a comment that was very bad. Motherfucker, you're supporting China. Period. The NBA supports China. The NFL supports China. You do not care what are happening to these people, because if you did, you would stop business with them right the fuck away. And I mean today, now, this second, you'd be like, yo, the Chinese are treating those people like what? We're going to end business with them. And that's what this guy meant. But, of course, a lot of these ball players are now going to chime in and act like they're fucking heroes and try to berate this Chapman dude. Now, again, Chapman is an asshole. He worked for Facebook and AOL, so that says a lot about his demeanor and what he thinks about privacy and all the other bullshit for American citizens. But to destroy a guy over an honest comment, which he was 100% right about, I don't know. Everybody is pro-China, guys, and yet they are talking about the Uyghur, I'm probably fucking saying it right, Uyghur Muslims being mistreated. I'll get the pronunciation right when I do the video on this, but I was a little pissed, and the more I read about this guy getting his ass handed to him about this situation, I'm like, yo, he's right. But anyway, guys, it's Is Alex Jones dead? Is this why we're talking? Uyghur. Okay, thank you, Dusk and Joe F. and everybody else who's breaking my ball. Uyghur. Okay, Uyghur. Pronounce Uyghur. Everybody's like, you sound like an asshole saying Yiger. It's Uyghur. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I'll never get that wrong again. You know what's going to happen? Tomorrow I'm going to forget. I'm going to do the video and I'm going to be like, Uyghur, you, what the fuck did they tell me yesterday? I'm going to forget, but whatever. Thank you, guys. Uyghur pissed. Spam girl. Daring 11, what are you talking about the 20th? The 20th of what? The 20th as in 2 days? Oh, wait. Yes. No. I don't know what you're talking about. Because I know that they're doing the 5G thing and that the airline companies are up in arms over the whole 5Gs being activated here throughout the United States because they think it's going to fuck with their airplane equipment. But what's going on the 20th? Oh, it's about the March Against the Mandate. That's on the 23rd. I might go to that. I don't know. Listen, guys, as far as mandates, protests, and all that shit, I gave up hope on a lot of that shit because look what happened, man. Again, I was part of one of the big... I was standing amongst tens of thousands of people, and they all fucking bailed on me. So, I don't have too much hope when it comes to these protests. Kitsy Witty, they didn't cancel it. They're talking about lessening which towers they turn on. Right? So, they're looking to see which towers they can turn on, which towers they can turn off, but they didn't cancel it altogether. Yes, and they said France had it on for a while, but France ran into problems, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Scrappy Cat. The 20th. Scrappy Cat said the 20th is when some documents said Russia could invade the Ukraine. Listen, guys, that's Ukraine's problem. I really don't see how it's our problem, other than strategic land nonsense that they run. But is that going to spark off World War III? I don't think so. Unless Russia does. Somebody explain something to me about something about Ukraine, and if they do something else with Ukraine, then it could spark. But taking over the land is not quite. It's a NATO thing, Scrappy Cat. Thank you. It's a NATO thing. Right. That's their issue to deal with. It's not ours, technically, to deal with. Yes, they would. The United States will not like Russia to invade the Ukraine, but Russia doesn't care. The United States government would not like China to invade Taiwan, but that's not our issue either. It's all strategic landowning and positioning of weapons and missiles and things like that. Though in this technology, in this day and age today, I don't see how that's an issue anymore. But, because we have fucking missiles that can fly around the world twice, if they had to. Not saying that they do. They also have a bunch of new technology out there, guys. The U.S. government, Russia, China, they have all this new technology out there that would fucking blow your mind. All I can say about that. There were two things I learned when I was in Kentucky that there's satellites that can rewind, for better lack of an explanation, can rewind history in real time. So they can take, the satellite flies around the globe, takes a picture of everything on the planet, and can tell that you walked west 3 days ago based on your footprint from all the way in the sky. It's some crazy shit. And it was a military guy who was telling me the technology that's out there would blow your mind. Yes, Brian Keith, the 5G starts tomorrow, and the 5G is going to be turned on in specific locations throughout cities, but not near airports as of yet. So, for those of you that say 5G is going to start some crazy inner body experience, we'll wait and see. Leon said, I have heard about that. Like I said, there's some interesting shit back there. Walk backwards and fool them. Probably. Lassus Venture It Me. I don't know. Sorry, Venture It's Me says, I think there's something that's making me sick, especially my stomach. Did you get vaccinated? I listen, anytime anybody heals over now, they die and they keel over, I'm like, vaccination. And I'm joking, but that's just, that's my joke. I want YouTube like, oh my God, he's serious. You got to get him off the air. Listen, guys, Fluster Clock Farms. Yeah, I don't trust 5Gs either. Let's put it like this. A few months ago, a few years ago, I was doing a real estate gig for a guy, and it was at an old AT&T building. So the AT&T building, guy, is in the middle of Queens. The building looks like it was built in the 70s and 60s. They still had the old AT&T emblem in there, and they had a TV from like fucking 1973 in there. So anyway, I'm walking around the building, and we go into this cold room. The cold room had the for the cell phones in there, and it was cooled off. And he was like, 5Gs, and I asked him, what do you think about 5G? He goes, it's bad. He goes, straight up, he was a tech that worked for AT&T. He goes, it's by far the worst technology they could ever come out with. He goes, it's bad news. He goes, it's going to heat up a room more, so we have to drop the temperature down to, I think he said like 42 degrees or something like that. And he went on about how bad it was. And this is a tech that worked for AT&T years ago. So, that being said, guys, I didn't trust 5Gs when I first heard about it. This guy just fucking was a nail in the coffin for me. And I'm like, all right. So now we got to see how bad things are going to get when he activated. Now, they were running into problems in other places. We have to see how bad it's going to be here in New York. Because New York, they're a big proponent of this 5G shit. So we will see tomorrow how bad things are going to get in the next month or two, how many headaches and seizures and things like that we're going to see popping up throughout the city, if it does affect people that way. If it does. If it doesn't, then 5G's went off without a hitch. But I don't see 5G being this promising technology. And AT&T and Verizon were both second-guessing their 5Gs a couple of months ago anyway. So, you're on Prepper. You could turn off the 5Gs on your phone. Some phones you can, some phones you can't. But it doesn't matter if you turn it off on your phone. It's still in the air. It's still traveling through the air that we walk through. So, we have to wait and see how bad it's going to be. Ninja Nick. So going underground doesn't work anymore. You can get a cell signal in the train station. You can get a cell signal in certain tunnels. So going underground doesn't work anymore. And I'm 1,000% sure they're going to activate 5Gs in the tunnel. War is much easier than the entire industry system falls apart. Russia has a major resupply of weapon systems. Okay. That's what William Ashley was saying. War is much easier when the entire industrial system falls apart. Russia has a major resupply for weapon systems. All right. So, guys, when would you feel appropriate to evacuate your city? Kendall, the appropriate time to evacuate the city would be right before disaster, or days, if not a week or two after the disaster. You can't go during the height of everyone leaving. You definitely shouldn't wait too long until the bad guys get you, and you can definitely jump the gun, and if you jump the gun, well, hell, you're the only asshole out there that fucking, beat everybody else. But it's better to jump the gun and leave early than it is to leave late. But if you're going to leave late, wait till the rush is over. Don't fucking go out there with everybody else. That's a bad idea. No, major problem. Now, right. Now would be the best time to leave. But you have to read the signs, right? So, I don't know. If there's an earthquake, the best time to leave with an earthquake is right after it happens. Provided for New York City, let me walk that back. For New York City, the best time to leave after an earthquake is probably not. Keep your ass in the city, because you open yourselves up to too many things if you start moving along. You got collapsed bridges, collapsed tunnels. So if one of those bridges goes and you walk all the way over there, now you can't get across. And being that I live on an island, I live on a legitimate island, I would have to wait. I would take my ass to Central Park, though, that's for sure. A nice open area where there's no buildings to fall on me, right? That's what I would take my family to Central Park, and we would probably stay there for a couple days until we can get off this rock, get to mainland, and then make it up state New York, right? That's what we would do. That's my plan. As far as everybody else, they're fucking on their own. But anyway, just kidding. But yeah, that would be the idea. That's just an example of an earthquake and what I would do. Steal a ferry, steal a boat, right? Those kind of things. I have a raft I can get across on my own. I was thinking about doing something with a car and parking it in Jersey, but that's more money than it's worth. But, guys, for those of you that don't know, we are looking to get out of here. It's probably going to happen sooner than later. We're looking at Texas very hard, and Colorado is on the table, though my wife hates the cold weather. So we have to wait and see with that. So, guys, train robberies. As you guys may know, there are train robberies out the wazoo in California. So guys are legitimately going on the trains, taking Amazon packages off and opening the packages right there in the train tracks. They left so much garbage on it, I thought it was a fucking homeless encampment. It wasn't. It was fucking Amazon packages being destroyed, open, stolen, and the boxes left behind. I've never seen anything like it. I'm going to see if I can get you guys, for those of you that don't know, a picture of what it looks like. Amazon theft. You type in Amazon theft, you get fucking everything. Yeah, right. You get 3 people accused of stealing Amazon packages. Hundreds of packages, dumped packages led to arrest of 3 people. Let me find you that picture, because I refuse to believe 3 people did that shit. Like, I really, really refuse. Let's see. So many good pictures to choose from. Alright. Give me a second, guys. This is a good one. That's one picture. Right, that is one picture of the garbage from the Amazon boxes that are being stolen off these trains and dumped right there. And let me show you this picture. It's a smaller picture, but this is more garbage, or rather more packages on the tracks. Hopefully you guys can see that a little better. Look at that garbage there. That's insane. Not garbage, but packages that have been opened, stolen, and they're blaming this shit on 3 people. I don't fucking see how. But that's what they're going with, guys. They're going with that. So anyway, LAPD doesn't want to do anything about it because I guess it's not in their jurisdiction. I don't know. But they did arrest 3 people. Again, blaming these 3 people on this bullshit. If 3 people did that, that's impressive work. That's very impressive shit. But actually, the 3 people were caught stealing packages in a massive Oklahoma theft ring. So this Oklahoma thing, and this also happened back January 5th. So listen, guys, Amazon packages attract everyone, apparently. Motherfuckers are just stealing packages for the sake of stealing packages. I mean, like, holy shit. That Oklahoma ring is something new I didn't even know about. And that was 3 people. And then you saw the train track shit. Crazy shit, guys. William Ashley, did it cause a multi-car train derailment? I didn't hear that, but that's not saying it didn't happen. I didn't hear any of that. Because I'm still fucking baffled about all the packages on the tracks. I'm like, that is fucking insane. Right, so if you were getting a package from fucking the LA area, sent to the East Coast or wherever the fuck you live in the United States, it's laying on that track. Just know that. And this is what happens when you empower people to commit crimes. They do brazen shit like this. This is like the fucking train robbery days in the fucking 1800s, right? Cowboys on the train, robbing everybody on the train. They're doing this, except for they're taking packages. They're not actually harming anyone. I hate to say it that way, but nonetheless, they're still fucking up somebody else's money. Which is probably Jeff Bezos' money. Prepper 101, man, what's going on? Arkansas Living, man, thank you for joining us tonight, by the way. I did see you in the chat. Appreciate it. All right, guys, so, I don't know. You know, the liberal cities, this is the kind of shit you win. These are the prizes you win when you vote liberal. When you vote Democrat, these are the kind of things that happen. Right? And people are like, well, it has nothing to do with politics. It absolutely does. It absolutely does, because these guys are going to get arrested. You know what's going to happen to them? Nothing. They're going to let them go and back on the road. They're going to charge them with a misdemeanor, give them a fucking appearance ticket, and then that's it. Be about their way. Right? Because who the fuck cares? Because the liberals are going to say, like I just said, they're not hurting anyone. Okay. They're not hurting anyone, but they're taking somebody else's shit. And then when you leave things like that to go unchecked, it turns into a bigger problem down the line. Always does, guys. Always will. There are videos out there that show numerous people raiding the trains. The train engineer starts it in motion, and people were moving fast to steal the stuff. White Dove, I got to get a video of that. I definitely want to see that shit. And then give you guys a link to it, if I can. Because YouTube is being pricks with that. Like, you put something on a video now, you're like fucking, they're like, oh, we got to demonetize your channel, and or whatever money you make, give it to the person who owns the video. Like, what the fuck? They're playing shitty games. Anyway, it's YouTube, guys. I can't be on here forever. I definitely have to think about pivoting and starting something anew that's going to make me money, pull money in, right? It's going to take time, that's all. Listen, I was reading something today. I was not taken back, I was annoyed. TikTok stars, who, two of them, I think the girl's name is Charlie, and I think the sister's name is Ashley, and they were dancers on TikTok. I don't know what they dance, I don't know what they do. I know they weren't twerking and shit because they were pretty young when they started on TikTok. But these chicks are making, these two chicks are making $20 to $15 million a year on TikTok. So, with that being said, guys, these kids are making that money, and then they're starting their own businesses, which is a good thing, because TikTok is not going to be around forever, and neither is Facebook. But I got to get to their level, which I'll never get to. I'll never get to the 20 million range. But I'll get to a point where I can start my own business, whatever. Charlie and Ashley, right, D'Amato, yeah, they're fucking some Italian last name. Right, D'Amato, whatever. Right. Brewer's wife, sorry. Right, and these chicks are making bank. Fucking dancing. There's a couple on Instagram. Spanish couple. Funny as shit. No, I don't. These two couples, they're funny as shit, man. They bicker back and forth with each other. When they started on Instagram, this is what I liked about their channel. When they started on Instagram, you could tell they were living like in a project somewhere, like a shit apartment. And they banter back and forth. And now they make so much money, they moved into a fucking awesome apartment, nice apartment, and they still do the whole bantering shit. It's a clever act to make money. And they hopefully parlay that into something else down the line. Now, obviously, for a lot of us YouTube channels on here, we definitely have to parlay this opportunity that we have been given into something else. I wish I would have knew the couple's name, because I would have gave you guys the link, but their fucking bantering is fucking awesome. Just the shit that they go about, they yell at each other, the wife's always breaking his balls. It's comical. And they're young too. They're probably like in their mid to early to mid 30s. But they're pretty funny. Tony Tran, yes, TikTok is cringe. TikTok is bad. I don't know how people do it. I could probably get away with doing a prepper sitcom on TikTok, but I can't do TikTok. The only thing that's stopping me from being on TikTok is the fact that it was a Chinese spy app, and everybody seemed to have forgotten that. Everybody's like, well, the Chinese don't own it anymore. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Because if you're that stupid, guess what? I got a fucking bridge, and there's a leprechaun that lives under that bridge with a fucking pot of gold. Because the Chinese own something, they own it forever. They own it forever, guys. That's just how it works. There is no such thing as the Chinese or any company walking completely away from tech. They have one fucking foot in the door still. That's how it works, guys. Somebody thinks I'm a Freemason? Ha ha. Thank you, Jim Lang. Yeah, I don't know why. That's the third time someone thought I was a Freemason. I don't know how. Why? Because I rub my beard 8 times? I fucking do this? People are like, hey, look at it. Look at his pinky. It's up. He's a Mason. I'm like, grow the fuck up. Seriously. But anyway. Yeah, guys. TikTok was or is a Chinese spy app. It always will be. All apps, to be fair, collect data. But the Chinese being caught with this app and spying on your shit and stealing shit from your phone and how you behave and things like that. I think there's a bigger picture with the data collection. It has nothing to do with identity. I think it has more to do with AI. I think they're stealing our information, our voices from the phone, our behavior off our phone, how we talk, how we text. They're compiling that to build the greatest AI man has ever seen. That is my opinion and theory. That's all it is, guys. So don't hang your hat on this shit and be like, AP's gone crazy. He thinks it's just what I'm, what I'm starting to think. Nobody. Well, if they are tracking this chat's gonna get shut down. That's for fucking sure. I ain't TikToking shit, Hudson Valley. I don't know. I just thought TikToking was for girls and kids, and now you see grown-ass men and women trying to dance on it. Like, are you fucking serious? And then you have some comical shit on it. Now, the only thing, guys, I have to admit, the only reason why I looked at TikTok a couple times was because there were chicks twerking on it. That was it. And I don't have the app on my phone. I'll never put the app on my phone. But guys in the firehouse have shown TikTok, and anytime I looked at TikTok, it was a chick shaking her ass. That was it. That's the only reason I would ever look at it. But I would never download it onto my phone to watch that shit, because I do not trust the app. I think there's a bigger picture with that app. I think Facebook is following suit. I think there's something bigger with Facebook. And I think that our behavior and information is going to end up in AI. Yes. This Islamic. I'm sorry I fucked your name up. Yeah, I heard about the newscaster thing. Also, China's also using AI to start their district attorney. They're using a lawyer of some kind using AI only. I think it's a judge. It's like artificial intelligence judge or prosecutor. Sorry, it's a prosecutor. My bad. It's a Chinese prosecutor that's AI. So, guys, do not trust anything these people do with this app. I just don't trust it. I know there's a lot of money that could be made on TikTok, but I don't trust it. I will sacrifice that money and not be on TikTok. That's simple. Where are they making the list of the unvaccinated? Melissa Torres. If they are making such a list, it's already been made. They know who is and who isn't. Right? Especially those of us, like myself, who are on here saying, I'll never get it. They know who we are. So it's not a secret. Ashley Williams, I think the conviction rate is going to be better than humans because they're going to put everybody in jail. Fuck them. Everybody go to jail. Marbury, I have been watching 1883. Awesome show, but they're trying to sneak in some like little woke bullshit in it. And that I don't like about 1883. Like women, listen, women were strong back then, especially those who went across. But when your husband said something, that was it. It was law. But in these shows, they're showing women, fight back. And I don't have to tell you this. I'm like, that didn't happen. Like they're trying to stick in some woke moments, and I'm not buying it. Other than that, I think the show is good. But they're trying to get too woke with some of the bullshit going on. So whatever. Hopefully they don't get too crazy with it. Hey, Northern Girl Hobbies made it. She said finally home. But yeah, 1883 is pretty good. But Yellowstone's still my show. I think Yellowstone and the Mayor of Kingstown, awesome fucking show too as well. That last episode of Mayor of Kingstown was fucking the shit. It was a really good fucking episode. Nine 119 is 9/11 backwards. Curb Creeper. I don't think people think that deep into it. Priscilla, Yellowstone is always ready to erupt. Always. All the time. I mean, people always worried about it. If it erupts, it erupts. Guys, if Yellowstone goes, there ain't fucking shit we can do about it. So if Yellowstone, if there's a warning sign of Yellowstone going today, and it doesn't erupt till a week from now, there ain't shit we can do about it. Right? And now we're talking about the volcano, not the show, guys. The show is awesome. The show is fucking hands down fucking, like a man's show. But as far as Yellowstone erupting, guys, that can erupt fucking tomorrow. Yellowstone is on Paramount or Peacock. I don't know why it's not on Paramount Plus, which is interesting, but you can also find it on Paramount TV if you have that. But like I said, guys, if Yellowstone goes, Yellowstone goes. There ain't shit we can do about it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's going to erupt. Who gives a fuck? If it erupts, it erupts. We'll have a fucking dark winter for a fucking few years. We'll deal with fucking lack of food, people killing each other. It'll be pandemonium, guys. And, it might not get too bad because there might be some what you call it. I don't know. It'll get bad. Let me walk that back. It'll get bad. The government will be taken care of, but the rest of us will be eating MREs and canned goods. Bad Wolf Gator, man, thank you for the donation. If Yellowstone goes. But if Yellowstone goes, guys, there ain't shit we can do about it. So that's just it. I don't worry about it, and I really never have. But, if it erupts, it erupts. So, guys, as per this video, we're going to be ending it pretty soon. As per this video, sorry. After this, we'll be ending... After this. My God. We will be ending this very soon. Sorry. Not much more to talk about. I know the chat is it's going pretty crazy tonight. But thank you guys for joining us tonight, and thank you mods for doing what you're doing. Guys, so the gist of it is train robberies are going unchecked, and no one gives a fuck, and the arm candy or the arm ticket is going to be upgraded to your boosters, and then you'll be fully vaccinated until 3 months from now, when even having a third is not going to be considered fully vaccinated. And then what, right? So that's that. So guys, for tomorrow morning, Wednesday midweek morning report, we're going to be talking about a woman who gave her baby up for adoption because of a stupid reason, and we're going to be talking about the 5Gs going online tomorrow, affecting airlines, and a couple of other interesting subjects and topics for tomorrow. Like I said, the Wednesday midweek morning report, guys, which you're going to try to find interesting articles to talk about, not always political based. We're going to find some weird shit, fucked up shit that happened. That's the object of Wednesday midweek morning reports, because so much shit goes down. You only got so much time to cover these things. So, guys, other than that, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. Guys, I appreciate your support, as always. You will see, for those of you who watch, you will see me tomorrow morning. On your way out, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. I don't give a fuck. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever gets your dick hard. All right, guys? See you tomorrow at 10. Thank you, guys.